Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsjuice.com, and today we are going to do the quick comparison of the HTC family, which is now available in India. HTC One Max has been launched in India as of now as I talk. So we have all these devices with us as of now, and you can see these devices are lined up side by side. You can actually compare the screen size, the build quality. You can actually take a closer look, and that is what we are going to do in this video. We are going to compare all these devices with each other in terms of the overall form factor, in terms of the overall build quality, the kind of design they have, and again they share almost the same design language, which we can see almost on all these phones, as you can see. And again, that is pretty good, and HTC has maintained a uniformity basically in this while designing any of these four phones. So we have the HTC One Max, the HTC One, the HTC One Mini, and we have the Mini Plus. So again, these devices are different when it comes to comparing these three devices. These three devices are running on Android. This device is not running on Android. This is a replacement for the phone. In case you have HTC One Max, One HTC One or HTC One Mini, you can actually use this extra device in case you don't want to use these devices, or in case these devices feels heavier to you at times. You can actually receive calls on this one, you can make calls from this one, you can actually access contacts as well on this device, and this device will be paired up with any of these three phones one at a time with the help of Bluetooth technology. It won't consume much data. You can actually pair it with the help of NFC, so the connection will be triggered with the NFC, and then it will be a Bluetooth connection which will be in between all these three phones and this one, maybe one at a time again. So let's talk about these devices first of all in terms of the overall build quality. As you can see, we can see the dual loudspeaker, the HTC Boom Sound loudspeaker on all of these three devices at the front. Again, the speaker design, the kind of design which HTC has followed with these three devices, will give you a better quality of sound when you listen them from any of these three devices, and it is loud enough, it is good in terms of the quality as well. When it comes to the front camera placement is also kind of similar. As you can see, it is actually on the right on all of these phones, and again everything looks the same when it comes to the top side of these phones, as you can see. However, there is a minimal difference in terms of the edges. Sometimes we see a kind of a plastic kind of edge over here on the HTC One Mini, whereas on this device we see a plastic kind of edge which is actually inside the phone. It is not much coming out basically in terms of the impression which you have. And again, we see almost the same kind of design as far as the edge is concerned on the HTC One Max and the One Mini. So this is the design difference which they have actually introduced after manufacturing HTC One. And again, when it comes to the back side, you can see that all these three devices are kind of similar in terms of the overall build quality. You will see the same design language across all these three phones. You have these white bands which are actually for the antenna. You have nice matte finish aluminum backside on all of these three phones, and you have Beats audio on these two. However, this one does not have it. You do have some connectors over here for the dock, so you can mount this device, the big HTC One Max, on a dock as well. When it comes to the camera is same on these two phones, on the HTC One and the HTC One Max, but there is a difference, that is the sensor. You have a fingerprint sensor on HTC One Max, whereas you do not have it on HTC One or One Mini. That is one difference which you can actually notice. You do have secondary mic on all of these three devices. If you take a closer look, you have secondary mic on all of these three devices. On the top, if you take a look, you have the IR blaster on HTC One Max and One, whereas you do not have the same on HTC One Mini. You do have 3.5mm audio jack on the top on all of these phones. Over here, if you take a look, the design of the volume rocker is kind of different on HTC One as compared to the One Max, as compared to the One Mini. So again, the volume rocker is here, as you can see, which is again divided into two buttons. This is a single button over here. The power and sleep key has been moved to the right on the HTC One Max, because considering this device has a pretty big size, it would be difficult for anyone to actually access the power and sleep key, which is actually at the top, which is in this case on these two devices. It is at the top and it is at the top over here as well, as you can see. If I compare these devices from the bottom side, you can take a look. So on the bottom you have the same kind of design placement for the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. You do have a hole over here for primary mic. When it comes to this device, this side basically, on this side we have the SIM card tray slot for the HTC One Mini. Over here, as you can see, you have a button over here. I'm not sure what is this for. Okay, so this is the HTC One dual SIM basically. So that means you can actually remove the back cover. It is not the HTC One, but it is HTC One dual SIM, in which you can actually insert two SIM cards, and you can also expand the storage of the device by inserting a micro SD memory card into this device, which is again going to give you more storage on this device, which is again a better thing. When it comes to One Mini, you cannot do it. You cannot remove the back cover on this device. Again, you can remove the back cover on this one as well, but I'm not sure how to remove it. Maybe with this one we can. Okay, so here we have a lock on this one with which you can actually remove the back cover, and here you can insert the SIM card into this device, which can be a normal size SIM card. Micro SD card slot is also there on HTC One Max, so you will have the option of expanding the storage of the device with the help of micro SD card on HTC One Max. And when it comes to One Mini, let me just take a look. On the One Mini, you do not have this feature. Now if we compare these devices in terms of the height which we have on the HTC One Max, it is 6.47 inches, whereas it is 5.41 inches on the HTC One, whereas on the HTC One Mini it is shorter. So this device is going to be shorter in terms of the height, as you can easily notice. We can actually place them in terms of the height difference, and again it is not a much difference which we can see in between the HTC One and the One Mini, but there is a considerable difference if we compare these devices with HTC One Max in terms of the size. So when we talk about the pixel arrangement, we have RGB matrix on all of these phones. We have full high definition display on all of these phones. When it comes to the pixel density, you get a pixel density of around 373 pixels per inch on HTC One Max. You get 468 on HTC One, whereas on One Mini you get 341 pixels per inch. When it comes to the connectivity, you have GSM connectivity, you have dual SIM connectivity on these two phones, whereas this one does not seem to have dual SIM connectivity. Let me just confirm that. So once you open this, we see only one SIM card slot, so this one does not have the dual SIM connectivity. That is something which we can confirm as of now. When we talk about the chipset, we have Snapdragon 400 chipset on the HTC One Mini, whereas it is Snapdragon 600 on this one and Snapdragon 600 on this one. The camera is exactly the same on HTC One and One Max. When it comes to the frequency at which the processor is running, it is 1.7 gigahertz on these two devices, where it is 1.4 gigahertz and it is Snapdragon 400. Again, you have quad-core CPU on both of these phones, whereas this one is a dual-core CPU. When it comes to the RAM, you have 2 GB of RAM on this one, you have 2 GB of RAM on this one, and you have 1 GB of RAM on this one. And again, the technology of the RAM, you have DDR2 RAM on these two devices. We are not sure about this one as of now. When it comes to the storage models, you have 16 GB, 32 GB available for this device. You do have an external SD card slot on this one. This one does not have it. Again, we have the dual SIM version, so this one has the SD card slot, but the HTC One does not have the SIM card slot. No, sorry, the micro SD memory card slot to expand the storage, and this one also does not have the micro SD card to expand the storage. When we take a look over the front side, we have a 2.1 megapixel camera on the HTC One Max, which is the front camera, and it is a fixed focus camera. When it comes to HTC One dual SIM as well, we have 2.1 megapixel camera, and both of these front cameras are capable of recording high definition video at 1080p, whereas the front camera which we have on HTC One Mini, it is a 1.6 megapixel camera, and you can record high definition video at 720p on this device. When it comes to LED flash, you do have LED flash at the back camera on all of these three phones. And again, when it comes to some sensors, you have compass, gyro, accelerometer, and there is an additional sensor, that is the fingerprint sensor, which is there on this end, which is not on these two. When it comes to the battery rating, talking about the battery rating, we have 3300 mAh battery on this device. Again, it is non-removable, however the back cover is removable, and same goes for this one. The battery on this device is 2300 mAh. The back cover is removable, but the battery cannot come out. On this device we have a battery of 1800 mAh. So again, in comparison, these three devices cater to different kind of audience, but again you can pick any one of them depending on your requirements. If you want a phablet device, this is one of the best devices which you can go for. It will fulfill all the phablet requirements of yours. If you want a premium phone which should not be very big in terms of the size, you can always go for HTC One dual SIM or HTC One single SIM as per your requirement. And if you want a small handy phone, you can always select the HTC One Mini, which is quite good in terms of the overall form factor, so you can easily carry it around, whereas this device is a little bit big in size, so it will give you better multimedia experience. And if you want the best multimedia experience, you can always select the HTC One Max. So that's all from us as far as the quick detailed comparison of these three devices. And we have this accessory as well, which is now available in India, and this can be used with any of these two phones one at a time, any of these three phones one at a time. So that's all from us as far as the quick comparison and hands-on of the HTC One family devices. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device or any of these three devices. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.